Okay, we are sorry about that. All right, so I take that again. As said, we have three types of hydrocarbon recovery methods. We have the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary. The primary is the use of the natural drive or artificial lifts, while the secondary is the use of dry gas or water. The tertiary is furtherly divided into four. You have the miscible flooding, thermal flooding, microbial flooding, and the chemical flooding. The miscible flooding could be a single contact or multiple contacts, while the thermal flooding is the use of hot water or in situ combustion. The microbial flooding could be in the form of microbial surfactant or microbial polymer. Our interest in this research is chemical flooding enhanced oil recovery, which is the use of chemicals in the form of alkaline, surfactant, polymer, or a different blend in enhancing oil recovery. You will agree with me that we have a lot of waste, and particularly agro waste, which constitutes a nuisance in our society. So one of the ways of utilizing this agricultural waste is an oil field operation as enhanced oil recovery agents. Since we'll understand the role of the chemicals and the mechanism by which they enhance recovery, like for the alkaline, the form in situ surfactant that is undergoes saponification with the organic components, acid components of the crude oil, in forming in situ soap that reduces interfacial tension. They also reduces surfactant absorption. Injection of surfactant further reduces interfacial tension, alters rock wettability, and promotes emulsification, while the use of polymer decreases mobility ratio. We worked with over 27 local materials, classified them into various groups. At this stage, some were dropped, like alkaline from sawdust ash, performed poorly because it had a pH less than 9.6, and a pH from 9.6 and above is needed for the alkaline to undergo saponification with the acidic components of the crude to form in situ soap. Nkanka, a native plant in the eastern region of Nigeria, was also dropped at the stage. Now, to carry out those research, the sandbags were prepared and a core flooding experiment was also carried out. These local materials were classified to know the chemical components that are responsible for their performance. And I tell you the truth, the result was wow. So from our results, we found that our local chemicals can actually compete with the synthetic chemicals. As you can see from this plot, the alkaline performed best at 2%, but it was also good at 1%. Palm bush ash performed also good at 1% and 2%. Then the plantain pea ash also performed good at 1% and 2%. Now for synthetic chemicals, you see that potassium hydroxide performed best at 2%, while sodium carbonate performed best at 1%, and sodium hydroxide performed best at 2%. Then we observed that for the alkyl, which is our popular potash, beyond 2% concentration, its performance was constant. But for the potassium hydroxide, its performance declined beyond 2%. Now, local surfactants were also used for this experiment, and the pawpaw leaves extracts performed best. Okay, but the pawpaw leaf extracts could not actually form the type 3 microemulsion phase that is needed for a successful surfactant flooding. So this called for further research, and the extract from organic oil was tested. As they were tested, they actually got the micro emulsion type 3 that are needed for a successful surfactant flooding. And we also carried out a comparative test with that of synthetic surfactant, and its result was quite encouraging. Then for the local polymers, we made use of Archie, we made use of O4, we made use of Upo, Okra, these are soup thickeners, and their performance at 0.1 and 0.5 concentration was encouraging, though Okra came at best. Then for Ogbono, at 0.5%, it could not flow. So we also compared the performance of this best local polymer to that of a synthetic polymer, and the Okra did so well. But we'll also observe that this synthetic polymer were better when used with chasewater process. Another observation came when we made a blend of these local materials. We found out that the local materials preferred being used singly than being used as a blend. We had our concerns. Polymers decreases mobility ratio, but they also have the likelihood to adhere to rock surface, thereby causing formation damage. And this could impel permeability. So since it's not our desire to solve one problem and create another, we decided to investigate into the permeability impairment that could be caused by these local polymers. Now, in doing that, the rock and fluid sample were prepared, the petrophysical properties was also determined, and a core flooding experiment was carried out. Now, the resistance factor and residual resistance factor were used as criteria to determine the percentage permeability reduction. Also, an absorption test was carried out, and the static and dynamic processes were used to determine its effects. The results here shows that Okra had the highest breakthrough time, followed by Okoho, followed by Gum Arabic, then Ogbono. Then for the mobility ratio, Okra also did so well. It had a reduced mobility ratio, because we know for a mobility ratio less than 1 means that you have a favorable flood. So Okra had a good mobility ratio compared to Gum Arabic, Okoho, and Ogbono. Then for the oil recovery, Okra also gave the best results, followed by Okoho, then Gum Arabic, and the least was Ogbono. Now, Ogbono here again showed that at 0.5%, which is the 5,000 ppm, it could not flow. For the residual resistance factor, Okra also had the lowest value, followed by Okoho, followed by Gum Arabic, then the Ogbono. So this is showing that Ogbono has the highest number of sticking particles. So I tell you at this point, we just had no other choice but to blacklist Ogbono. From this table, you will see the overview of the results of this research. The residual resistance factor greater than 1 means that formation permeability reduced after polymer flooding. When the residual resistance factor is less than 1, the formation permeability increased after polymer flooding. But when it is equal to 1, it means that the formation permeability remains the same after polymer flooding. So as you can see from our results, Okra residual resistance factor at 1,000 ppm that gave a good recovery, its permeability impairment effect is actually negligible, as you can see from the table, the circled value. All right, now for the absorption test, we also saw that across the concentrations used, Okra had the least value, followed by Okoho, followed by Gum Arabic, and Ogbono, the least. So from here, we drew our conclusion that the best performed polymer among all the ones tested is Albamuscus esculentus, that is ochre. It has the lowest value of static and dynamic absorption. It has the highest recovery. It has the lowest permeability reduction compared to others. The gum arabic, the okoho, the ogbono, and the okra solution through porous media also recovered more oil than the ordinary brine injection. Reduction in mobility actually led to significant increments in recovery of oil. And of a truth above all, our local chemicals can compete and replace synthetic chemicals. There is need for a further research under reservoir condition. Here in laser engineering, we have a state-of-the-art core flooding equipment that simulates reservoir condition, but there is need for collaboration. Industries, governments, universities, research institutes are hereby called to be part of this collaboration. We're thankful to the University of Port Harcourt and Laser Engineering for providing an enabling facility and intellectual contribution to this work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Yeah, I also have a sample of the processed okra that I would like everyone to see. I don't know how that can be possible, but I might see how you can help do that. Okay, can you see the bottle I'm holding?
It's looking like that.
Okay, all right. So this is a sample of a processed okra, a local chemical that can replace synthetic chemicals for enhanced oil recovery. The account potage did excellently well, and we have our local surfactants too that passed the test. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Ozo. Much appreciated, and you did it in good time, leaving us time for questions. Before we go to questions, I will try to quickly summarize what I've heard us say, and then I would open up the floor for questions. A quick one, Captain J, please, how will we take questions? Should people raise their hands? I don't see currently how to see who is raising their hands. So if you could help me with a chat, that would help. But while you're working on that, let me quickly summarize some of the things I've heard our good doc say. So they have carried out an assessment of the use of local materials in polymer flooding. And as the future comes, if we don't have new discoveries of the easy oil we have been used to, right, secondary recovery, tertiary recovery will become increasingly important. Around us, we have all sorts of agricultural produce or waste. I'm not sure okra is waste, right? But so abundant around us. It's something we want to be considering to use as against synthetics, which are expensive, and for us, because they are not made locally, right? Importing them could have its own challenges. And of course, if you decide to go local, then you're doing more than improving recoveries in your reservoir. You're also creating a local industry. So thinking the big picture, this is indeed something you want to be interested in. Now, those materials will do a number of things in the reservoirs. They change surfactant absorption, they alter rock wettability, they promote emulsification. But most importantly, for someone like me, a reservoir engineer, I'm interested in the fact that they lower your mobility ratio. They make it more favorable for you and improve recovery from your reservoir. They've considered a lot of local materials So pawpaw leaf extracts, plantain peel, but I think the study narrowed down eventually to things like ogbono, okra. By the way, Dr. Ozo, if okra begins to become expensive in the future, we know the people to blame. And so permeability impactments of impact of permeability impactment of various of these materials were tested, and the best performing one was, I want to call the scientific name, Abelmoscus esculentus. That feels good to call. And it has the lowest value of static and dynamic absorption. It results in the highest recovery, right? Some of the other ones are not as great, Ogbono and the likes. So, and in conclusion, she's told us that this reduction in mobility does not just result in improved oil recovery, but significant increments in oil recovery. And if we can do it with local materials, oh, we should go for it, by the way. In rounding up, I'll say something. I'm a reservoir engineer. I've been for many years. Many times you say you have fully developed a reservoir and your recovery factor is maybe 30 to 50%. If for all the discovered oil I have worked on in Nigeria, I can improve that recovery by another 10% using cheap in quotes local materials. Then you can be sure that I will be doing this country, this industry, and my pocket a lot of good. So that is my quick summary of what we have heard. I see that some people are posting questions already, and I want to start from there. After that, I will ask that if people want to ask questions, they should raise their hand. I just don't know if I will see that. So, okay, I already see his hand. Let me take that first. Mr. Samuel Budede, you could unmute, please. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Pardon me if I didn't. Please unmute and ask the question. After that, I will go to typed questions.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you, Dr. Ozo, for the wonderful presentation. Samuel Budede by name from Center of Excellence Geoscience and Petroleum Engineering, University of Benin. My question for you, Doctor, is as regards okra at the moment. We know that okra have different species. In respect of the species, can we still get the polymer that we expect to use for this enhanced recovery, or there's a particular species that focuses on these purposes? That's what I wanted to find out.
Okay, yes, for this research, we use two different types. I don't know how to describe it, but you know that in okra, you have one long, I might not know the special name, okay, then the other, a shorter one. So for both, you can be assured that you will get your desired results. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I will just read the next question typed out by Mr. Basi. Have you considered the potential of these local materials as replacement for polymers used for water shutoff in mature fields or cases of early water breakthrough?
Yeah, that's what we are seeking for collaboration, because when we do that, applying all the reservoir conditions, sure, it will reduce your water costs, sure, because it's decreasing mobility ratio, so it should.
All right, thank you. And he asks another question, which is how readily available and economical would they be in use as commercial EOR products as against conventional materials? So indeed, Doc, you did not, I don't know if you did any study on economics or potential. Okay, so you did not share that, and Mr. Bassi would like you to share with us what kind of early results you are seeing.
Okay, well, during my PhD work, I did the economics, all right? And when we're talking of quantity here, you don't need a whole lot to carry out the experiments. So, but for economics, yes, that has been done. And the result was okay because okra is far cheaper than synthetic chemicals. So if we have okra plantation and all that, our farmers have been encouraged, and individual companies and the government goes into it, then we'll have so much for the experiments and for the use as enhanced oil recovery agents.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Mr. Bassi, I hope that answers the question. We have another question from Mr. Indubuisi Okereke. It goes thus: what compositions within the okra and ogbono influence the performance of the okra and ogbono in reducing the mobility and enhancing sweep efficiency of flood water?
Okay, well, the chemistry aspect was not considered in this research. What we focused on is on viscosity increments. Okay, so the chemistry aspect of getting the exact active chemical components responsible for their performance was not considered. But when it comes to, say, increasing viscosity, that was what that is actually the basis for reducing mobility ratio. That was what was considered. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Doc. And the last question we have currently pasted is from Mr. Priye Orodu. He says, I look forward to core flooding results as against that of unconsolidated sands, as the results should be slightly different due to the difference in pore throat size, porosity, and permeability. In addition, the variety of the materials used should be considered or stated for future work. Okay, I'm not very clear about that statement, but I'll continue. And the preparation of the local materials should have an impact on particle size or hydrodynamic size. What of possible agglomeration? Okay, so Doc, I must confess here, some of these questions are a bit deeper for a non-academic like me. So I'm fully depending on you to interpret the question and answer.
What I can get from that question, I'm just trying to understand this. But what I can get from that question, he's talking about the size. Okay, that was not considered in this work. Okay, and of course, we have not finished. We are still going to do more on this research. So that wasn't considered.
All right, thank you. I would, because so this was I just like to say, Mr. Priye Orodu, right? If you could reach out to Dr. Uzoro directly, if you need more clarification. She has said indeed a number of the things you asked will probably be future work. Maybe if I summon up the courage to go do a PhD sometime, could also contribute to that kind of work. But again, that, like I said, depends on me being able to summon up the courage. I would like to say a big thank you to everyone that has participated, and at this point, I would like to hand over back to Felix, is it? Or Dr. Simobi, yeah. Either of you.
Yes, yes, Captain Jace, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you very much, our moderator and our presenter. It was a well-discussed subject. I think we all are much knowledgeable in this space and how some of our local plants and local resources could be used for our industry purposes. Most importantly, their availability. But I also see the concern from the people around, because these materials are also served as, they also do serve as food materials to us. So I guess when this will be taking its full flesh in terms of deployment, we'll have it specifically cultivated for that purpose so that there will not be scarcity. Please, let's put our hands together virtually for our moderator and our presenter. I know the moderator had told us he will excuse us soon, so might not stay for the rest of the program. Thank you very much, sir, for honoring this invitation and giving us the opportunity to take from your wealth of knowledge in moderating this session. And thank you very much. A round of applause for them, just in case whenever they choose to leave. Thank you. We'll continue with the rest of the program. Simeon, next slide, please. Okay, so this is to also with our new culture, I would invite the SC to take this section. SC, please, if you can come off mute to present this certificate to Doctor and the rest. Thank you, sir. Hello, SC. Hello.
Hello, TIC, please come back.
Okay.
I have some issues with my network.
Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. So once again, Madam, thank you very much, Dr. Chidima. Thank you for this very detailed presentation. I see that you went in depth to this subject. I also want to, I know we have both of time, but TIC permit me, I want to appreciate the moderator who has also created time to join us and have been able to join in this session. Doctor, please, this is just a certificate of an appreciation from the section, SPE Port Harcourt section. We are proudly section 103, and we are very proud to present this to you. Having volunteered as a speaker for the 2022 October monthly technical meeting on the topic that we have just listened to. And we appreciate you and we say thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
By extension, I also want to again appreciate Lesser Engineering, Prof is here, for giving you the permission, because I know that the MD and CEO of Lesser would have also given you a go-ahead to go public on this subject. So we appreciate Lesser Engineering. We appreciate Prof for being part of this event. Prof, we will come to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, SC. Madam, a copy of the certificate will be duly emailed to you, sent to you. This is just to also let other participants on this call from their companies, from their research work, that we duly do recognize what you do. And in this body, we're taking it a step further to appreciate you and to find some sort of document to put to that. We hope to see more of you in your research, and well done and good luck as you deepen this study. Thank you very much until we come again. Please feel free to stay back as we carry on with the rest of the SPE activities as we duly have in our monthly technical meeting. Thank you very much. Okay, Simeon, I'll pass this to the membership committee, I guess, so they can enlighten us on this slide and the subsequent ones. Is that correct, Simeon?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Tom Barry. I was
Good
going to.
evening.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Good evening.
thank you so much. Okay, so okay, let me see if I can turn on my videos. All right, so good evening, and thank you to our distinguished speaker and the members of SPE. Thank you very much for connecting, and thank you for joining. This is just one of the benefits of being part of an amazing organization like SPE, and where we're able to share technical information. We understand early this year, or early this month, or as the board year began, we actually did a survey, and the report of the survey was that the technical information was something that was key and centric to our society. So having to have this lecture today, I think, is one of those things, and one of the benefits of being a member of the society. So SPE is an organization for not just for engineers or industry professionals. Actually, we can have non-engineers be members of the society. And so it cuts across students, recent graduates, young professionals, and senior members. And the benefits, like we mentioned, include access to industry information, as well as networking, business opportunities, and all that. We encourage everyone to join the members, to join the organization or the association to be able to reap the benefits of it. Joining it is very, very easy. And we as a membership committee are trying to see how we can ensure that you get the most value for your membership. The link to joining it is also on the screen, and the barcode is also there. You can sign it, you can scan it, and also see how to join the membership. If you're unable to do that, what we're also trying to do is work with focal points in the different companies. We want to have representatives in the different companies that can help you, get information about SPE. So all you need to do is contact them. Over time and subsequently, we'll be flashing out their information and their names so that you can identify who is in your company and who can be your go-to person, for membership to join SPE and to get to know more about who we are and what we do. Simeon? Yeah, so about us, we are mentioned the second largest section in Nigeria, and we have our coverage, it covers over 6 states, 13 student chapters, and right now we have over 1,200 professional membership with students reaching up to over 2,000. Our target is to see how we can actually grow that number to hit 1,500 professionals and 2,500 students. We want to see how we can grow that membership, and our activities span across a variety of things, from charity events to technical events to networking events to SPE cares. We try to reach out to the society so that they can feel our impact. Membership registration is just about for new members is 26,000 naira, and for renewing membership is about 21,000. That gives you access to the SPEI international platform, where you can also get information about the association even outside Nigeria and amongst other chapters. Here, I've talked about the membership, how to join, very easy to join. We have focal points. If you need to call or ask a question, you can actually call Mene on the number that is shown. For YPs, you can call Emanuela. I know they're doing a lot of job work in that area. For students, you can call Queen or Itoro. The numbers are also flashed on the screen. They will be able to guide you on how you can register to be a member or renew your membership in order to get the maximum benefit from the society. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's just the membership team. Thank you so much. Thanks, Simeon.
Okay, yes, thanks a lot, Simeon. I was not able to unmute. Thank you very much, membership team. I think well pitched. The benefits are enormous. And one of them was just the technical presentation. There are more. Thank you very much. And try to be a member. Try to get your friends, family to also be part of this. It's not just limited to engineers. because the arm of engineering has cost estimates, has publicity, has accounting. So all of those elements fuses into what we have as an engineering body. And SPE, in its D&I wealth of knowledge, I've also opened this membership to as many that are interested to interact in this space. Thank you very much. Next on our item for the agenda is on upcoming events. Is there someone to handle this, Simeon? Maybe that can
you can just you can just go through it.
Okay. I know the YP. It's Emanuela on this call. Do you want to pitch it nicely as you would want? Because I might not do justice to it. Or any of the YP planning committee. But essentially, we have the... Is someone speaking? Okay. But
just go through it. I don't think any...
Okay. So the young professional arm also have the monthly technical meeting. And they try to also look at the industry trend, general practices that could help young people in school, young in their early days of career, to also see other areas of the business that they can latch on or pick up skills. And one of them is in the predictive maintenance and machine learning in the oil and gas. So this event had taken place, unfortunately, because I was part of it. So let's look at for the traffic. So apologies, the technical meeting had happened. I joined in that. The one that is coming next now is the YP Charities Community CSR. That should be Corporate Social Responsibility. There's a traffic control day as part of what we also do. We don't limit ourselves to just the technical things we do. We do things that will also benefit the society at large, because that's who we are. So please endeavor to be part of this, so that at least on that same day, on that very day, traffic will be easier on our roads, courtesy of SPE. And as we do this in the spirit of volunteerism, the good tidings that comes with life and with doing good will always be there for us. And thank you very much for that. We don't also want our meetings to take too long unless there are special cases.
Okay, before we go further, just snap our pictures.
Okay. Is the program's chair around? Let me check. Madam, just after the picture, you'd help us with the closing remark, and then we'll say a word of prayer. So, Simeon, you are coordinating the picture, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to turn on our cameras.
Simeon, are you ready?
I'm ready, sir. So some cameras are still coming up.
Okay.
Why are we not smiling?
Hey.
Simeon, have you captured?
10 seconds more. 5 seconds. 3 seconds.
SPE.
2 seconds. And 1. Thank you all.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Simeon.
Thank you so very much, Simeon. Did we lose? Okay, Madam Ngozi, could you do us the honors to give us? Maybe before then, can a volunteer take a closing prayer?
No. Let's take closing remark first before closing prayer.
Thank you, SC. Apologies. Thank you.
So yes, Good evening, everyone. Just want to thank all for joining into this monthly technical meeting. Special appreciation to the moderator, Babs, I hope, and our speaker, Dr. Chidinma. Thanks for doing justice to the paper. Listening to you, we understand why this paper was adjourned the best at the recent concluded NICE. We also want to appreciate our prof, always there for us. We have said, although we didn't come before time for this sponsorship, we'll follow up and ensure we get the sponsorship from you. But thanks for always standing by us. And to all who joined, thanks a lot. And in the spirit of always keeping to time, we kept to time, so please kindly tell other people that the new session 103 that will always keep to time. So if we say it's a 1 hour event, we'll always stick to 1 hour event, because we heard from the survey that a lot of people complained about the timing of our events. So we'll try as much as possible to respect your time. So thanks all and have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam, for that closing remark. To stick with time, could we please have a volunteer to take a closing prayer? Closing prayer, please. Any takers? Okay, none. I'll do that. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. The Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thine kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you very much, everyone, for your participation. We hope to see you in subsequent SPE events and see you next month, hopefully, for another monthly technical meeting. And good night and bye for now.